In this video, we're going to take a look at the EcoFlow Wave 2. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I got another cool product to share with you guys. This one is brought to you by EcoFlow. This is the Wave 2. So this is the second generation of the Wave. And this is a portable AC and heater. So this is gonna be perfect for you guys that do a lot of camping, maybe RVing, people that are in the van life, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Alright guys, so for the portability of this weighs in, just the AC unit alone is about 32 pounds. So not too bad, definitely not extremely light or anything. And they do have an add-on battery that I'll show you guys in a little bit that will increase the weight of this if you decide to use it. Also for the measurements, we're looking at about 20 inches. You're looking about 13 inches tall, and then the width of this is about 12 inches. So if you do decide taking this camping or something, this will take up a little bit of room. Alright guys, so this is everything that's going to come with your EcoFlow Wave 2. You will get 3 of these vents. These vent housings are going to mount to the EcoFlow so that you can install these hoses, and these hoses are going to be used for intake or exhaust. You get your AC cord. They also give you a DIY window vent, kind of like a template. You get a hose for draining the water out of the Wave 2, and that's pretty much it. It's really easy to install and get this set up and running. Alright guys, so we're looking at the top of the EcoFlow Wave 2 here. Where these vents are located, this is where your heat or your AC air is going to come out of. Back here is where your exhausted air is going to go out. So if you got this in AC mode and this is blowing up cold air, hot air will be blowing out of this. So you're going to want to have this vented outside of your tent, your van, your RV, wherever it is that you place this. So the way that works is you just take one of these housings, and they're real easy. They just snap right on. Just got to make sure you get it lined up right. Got it snapped on there, and then you take one of the provided hoses, and this is just going to twist in place on the top, and now it's locked into place. So if you guys see there, now you can bend this out, extend it out. So you're going to want to vent this out, whether it's in AC or in heat mode, it doesn't matter, because what's going to happen is if you have this in AC mode, this is going to just blow hot air right out of the top, so you're really not going to cool down the area. That also works when it's in heat mode. When this is in heat mode, this will blow out heat from the top, and out the exhaust is going to be cold air. So once again, like I said, it's not going to be efficient at all if you do not have this routed out of a window or some type of a vent outside of your RV, tent, or camper. Now also on the back of the EcoFlow Wave 2, you're going to have another housing, and this will go on the back. And this is going to be what's going to draw in fresh air. So you're going to have this outside of your vehicle also. You're going to run the other tube to this. Real easy to lock it in. Lock it into place here. And then these are the 2 hoses that you're going to run out to, say, your DIY vent. And you're going to route these 2 out of, say, your van. This is going to pull in fresh air. This is going to exhaust the hot or cold air. So that's one of the things I wanted to make extremely clear in this video, because it can be misleading with this being a portable heater or AC, that you could just set this up somewhere next to you and this is going to blow heat on you, and you don't have to vent this out or anything. You do have to vent this, especially this exhaust port right here. I've ran this without using this port out the back for fresh air, and I just ran this vent out of the shop area to get some AC to blow in, and that seemed to work fine. But if you want the most efficiency, you're going to want to run both of these outside of your area that you're either trying to cool or heat. Now there is another way that you can run this. It's a little bit simpler, but it's not going to be ideal for every situation. So say for instance you're in a tent situation, you're camping with a tent. You can actually keep the EcoFlow Wave 2 outside of your tent. Put this vent here on the front. This is the 3rd vent. So this just snaps right on the front here. Locks into place. You can go ahead and connect your hose here. And then you could take this hose and you could route this hose inside of your tent. So this is going to blow the cold air into your tent while the Wave 2 is actually outside of your tent. And it's going to be exhausting and getting fresh air at the same time. So you will not need to run those vent tubes off the back. Now, with that being the simplest way to route the AC or heat into your, say, your tent, the EcoWave is rated at IPX4, so you're not going to want to leave this out in the elements. If it's going to rain or anything like that, you're not going to want to keep this outside of your tent. So you're only going to be able to use it in that configuration in certain circumstances. All right, now that we got that out of the way, guys, on the side of the Wave 2, this door slides open, and this is where you're going to provide the Wave 2 with power. So you got a spot there for the AC cord, solar, and then this is going to be a plug here for an external battery. All right, here on the back of the Wave 2, there's this little plug in, and this is where your drainage tube is going to go. So it's like a push fitting. You just push that in there and then click that back in, and then you can go ahead and drain this, say, outside your vehicle. Or what I've done is I just stuck this into a bottle, some type of bottle, a pop bottle or anything like that, to allow the water to drain out when this is in AC mode. Now, like I told you guys earlier, this does come with an external battery, and this is specifically for the Wave 2. This is going to slide on the bottom of the Wave 2 and provide it with power. This has got 1159 watt hours for this external battery. And the way this works is you're just going to take the Wave 2, and it's pretty nice. It just slides right on the top and locks into place. So there you go, it locked into place. And now you got it kind of like an all-in-one. But like I said earlier, it does increase the weight of this now. Now if you want to detach the battery, there's a lever right here. You're just going to push down on that, and it's going to allow you to slide it right off. So really easy to do. You're going to have this cable, and this is what's going to connect the battery with the Wave 2. So pretty easy to do, simple. Now on the front of the battery, it does have some LEDs there, and when you push this button, it's going to show you the charge of the battery. And then you flip back this cover, you do have a USB-A and USB-C, so you can also charge, say, electronic devices like your phone or something like that. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the control panel. Over here you have your power button, and then over here, this is going to change your modes from heating, cooling, or to fan. Down here is you got 4 physical buttons also. This one's going to be your mode. That's going to change it to max mode, eco mode. So that's going to be your different energy levels. These middle buttons here are going to change the temperature for you, up or down. And then all the way over to the right, this is going to be your fan speed. So you got 3 speeds for your fan. Here is going to tell you what your ambient temperature is, your set temperature, and this is your battery. And you can run this off the EcoFlow app. And there is a quick look at the EcoFlow app. Pretty self-explanatory, easy to use if you ever used the EcoFlow app before, but it's got all your features on here. You can change all your options, heating, cooling, all that stuff. Change the efficiency mode. Right there I changed it to the heating mode, so as you guys can see, and then you can set your temperature accordingly. Go back to fan. So pretty cool, and then you can just turn it off from here also. So just turned it off, turn it back on. You guys can probably hear it beeping behind me. EcoFlow's apps always worked really well. Alright guys, so I got the Wave 2 on right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's on max mode. It is on AC mode. And right now it's saying it's got 4 hours to go on just that battery. From what EcoFlow says, on eco mode, so it's going to be the most efficient power mode, it'll last you 8 hours. But obviously, if you want to run this at max, you're going to get about 4-ish hours out of the battery pack. You can combine this with a power station, the Delta power station if you want, solar panels, so you can actually charge this as it is actually powering the Wave 2. And that's going to allow you to get a lot longer runtime. But as you guys can see, it's not very loud at all. It's rated at about 44 dBs. So not too bad for if you're doing tent camping, if you got this in an RV or in a small space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to check the temperature of the air coming out of here. So the air coming out of here right now, and I just turned this on, but we're looking at about 56 degrees. Like I said, this is on AC, and this is pretty cold. and I just turned it on, so right now it already dropped to 54, 53. Now we're down to 51, 50. So it just keeps dropping, 49. So like I said, I just turned it on and it's already nice cold air coming out of here. Now this back vent, we're already at 126 degrees. So this, like I said, this is gonna be the exhaust. You want to exhaust this out to make sure none of this heated air is going into the area that you're actually sitting in. So if you're in a tent, in your RV, in a van, something like this, that's why you're going to want to vent this out with those vent tubes and everything, because we're at 140 right now. So that's just going to defeat the purpose of running the cool air into your area when you got this hot air blowing in there also. Alright guys, so there's an example. Got it on my workbench there, and I just been venting it out, the vent on my roof. It's been working pretty well. There is no way that it will cool a 2.5 car garage though, so this is going to be just like something if I'm at my workbench or if I'm just like kind of in the vicinity. This is going to be best suited in smaller areas, preferably like I said earlier, a van, a tent, maybe a small workshop or shed. That's where it's going to benefit the most. Now as you guys know, the heating and cooling, like heaters and ACs, are gauged off a BTU rating. So the cooling, the AC portion of it is 5100 BTUs. The heating portion of it is 6100 BTUs. So that's the rating for the heater and the AC on the EcoFlow Wave 2. So in theory, with the BTU rating on this, you're gonna be able to use this in, I'd say, 150 square foot area. Obviously like enclosed, maybe up to 200 square foot. But something like a garage or something like that, this definitely wouldn't cool. Like I said, a small, like a van, a tent, or a smaller room. Alright guys, so we got it on heat mode. Go ahead and hit it with temperature gauge. We're looking at about, I don't know if you guys can see that, 117, 116 for the heat coming out. And then for the exhaust, we're looking at about 70, 68. So like I said earlier, you got the cold air coming out of there, you got the heat coming out of there, just the reverse of whatever mode you got it in. Now another option for this is if you were sitting on a patio, say on the beach, on your deck or something like that, and it was the summertime, it was hot, you could put this just facing you, let the hot air vent into the hot air, and then you could like position yourself in front of this just to be able to get a little bit of cooling breeze on you, something like that. That would also work, and that might actually be useful in some situations. Now like I talked about earlier, the Wave 2 can be charged 4 different ways. You can do the AC, you can do a power station, you can do solar, or you can do a 12 volt. But all those are going to be much slower than a new product that they're coming out with. EcoFlow has came out with the alternator charger. So I'm going to be reviewing that here in the next month or so. But what that's going to provide you is up to 800 watts of power to charge your external battery for the Wave 2 or some of your EcoFlow power stations. It's going to be really simple, easy hookup to your vehicle. But this is going to be a great addition to your EcoFlow devices like the Wave 2 with external battery or your Delta power stations to be able to fast charge it while on the road going from point A to point B, whether you're camping, RVing, anything like that. Alright guys, so there you go, the EcoFlow Wave 2 portable heater and AC unit. Completely wireless if you have this additional battery, which makes it really nice to be able to take places with you to get some relief with heat or AC while you're out camping, in a small shop, in a tent, RV, something like that. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. I'll make sure I put some links in the description box below. We've got some discount codes down there, some links where you can pick this up. So if you're interested, make sure you click on those links if you're looking for more information or if you want to purchase one of these. If you guys got any comments, questions, put them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you found value in the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Remember guys, I'll be doing another follow-up video on the alternator charger that's going to be able to fast charge your EcoFlow devices. So stay tuned for that. Until the next one guys, I will talk to you later.